Mod time is here, oh baby. Today's gonna be a fun one. 17 mods released today, and every single one of them is brand new. Super exciting. All platforms 15 new, and PC and Mac players 2 new. Now, I want to direct your attention down to the PC and Mac new section. The John Deere 6R series pack that was originally released for crossplay. However, I think it had a decal issue. As far as I know, that's being removed and resubmitted, so it could be re-released for crossplay at any time. I will keep you updated on that. We're also going to start with it because it was a crossplay release today. We'll start with it, and then we'll talk more about it as we go through. So, let's jump right in. The John Deere 6R Series Pack from Calderon. This is not a 2-pack as the icon suggests. This is a full pack. We have everything in this pack that you need for a 6R. You got the 230, 250, a brand new 175, 215 model, and the 145, 185. We also have support for the LaForge. This is only going to be on the larger model though, so be aware of that. We've got a couple different front loaders, we've got a couple different front loader tools, and we even have some custom front weights as well. Although I'm not quite sure what's different about these. Aha! Well, colors it is then. Love it. Now you're going to find that pretty much all of these have the same customization options, which is very nice, so you don't have to choose like, well, I really like this option on this or that on that. No, you don't have to do that. You just pick the one that you like. So, for example, at the high end here, we've got between 281 and 350 horsepower. For the middle version, the 175, 215, that's going to have between 223 and 310 horsepower. And then down at the bottom, we've got between 192 and 234. So, top engines of 350, 310, and 234. Since this is a model that we don't have in the base game, let's show this one off. So starting off with configurations, we get a UK spec setup. Then we have the Premium Edition, Ultimate Edition, the Black Edition, the other Black Edition, which is the one that I actually showed off at the beginning. And then we also go with a Gray Edition, which gives you the gray logos with a black rim setup. We're just going to show standard today. Of course, engines, we already talked about those. We can change them up a little bit with top speeds between 26 and 32 miles an hour. And of course, we've got, I think, at least 2 different transmissions as well. Nope, just the one then. All right, the auto power it is. Wheel brands from Vredestein, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, and a Nokian tire. They have Vredestein's first, so we can kind of speed through these a little bit quickly. You kind of see as well, this looks like the wheels are a little bit wider space than we're used to seeing. I prefer that. It's a little bit of a sturdier tractor, but instead of, super ultra skinny, narrow stuff, we get a little bit more on the chunky side, which I am a big fan of. Of course, we've got big wides as well, and then we have a full set of narrows with row crop setups here too, which is super duper cool. This right here, this like narrow wide setup is my favorite wheel setup of all time, so I love those. Then we get into a US or EU setup here, so you can change those up. Since I'm here in the US, we'll go with that. Seat materials around towards the inside, we have a standard or a leather set, which changes the texture, not really the color though, so that is good. Windows here, we actually go lighter with design number 2, and then a little bit of a blue, dark blue, and then black and dark black. Then back to standard again. Standard is a little tinted already, so that's kind of cool. Wheel options, you can add on different wheel weights, so that is very cool, and they are UK and US independent, so you are able to kind of throw on, like, I know this may look a little silly, but I think that looks great and probably a little bit better than the US style weight does, at least for this style of wheel setup. For me, visibly, I prefer it. Warning signs, you can actually just remove those if you don't want them, which is cool. Most tractors don't give you the option. Again, I prefer this setup because those warning signs are just a little bit too wide for this wheel setup. Again, personal preference only. You can add or remove the panoramic window at the top. We have a couple different design options for your exhaust too. Interior setups, you got a curtain around towards the front. We have a carpet, which is added. Then you could go with carpet number 2, which is changed up just a little bit, and then back over to a standard set again. Decals on the glass, we have one on the front. We have the front window sticker, which kind of gives us that dark run across the top. Front window sticker there again. We've got another one here. Now, I don't know if that is is Grassman in the game? I'm not sure. We have Fear the Deer, and then we've got a couple similar things around towards the back. Having Grassmen is cool. I didn't know they were... Is that supposed to be on all platforms? I'm not sure. Leaving it on there. I like it. Then we get into the stickers on the back. So you can add these, remove these, and we've got a couple different setups for them as well. I also like that we could throw like a 100-year sticker on there. That's really cool. I dig that. A rear screen demister. So basically, this just adds in all those little lines, which will defrost your rear. And we have the John Deere emblem around towards the front. I love seeing that on there. I think it's cool. Roof setup, so you get your antennas, a couple different antennas, and then we get some horns. Then you can run both of those if you like. Car air fresheners. That's right, you get some air fresheners in there. So we've got a Canadian one in there. I'm not going to pretend that I know what most of these are. As an American, we're not smart. We got an American flag one. I knew that one. That one was German. I knew that. Let's just move on. Lights. Yes, we got lights. You got marker lights or nada. So there's that. And then moving along towards the front, we start with an attacher here. We got a little pin with a chain in there. You can just hook up trailer hitch stuff. So moving forward, you've got your weights all the way up. Do we get one more on the side? Nope. All the way up to a 1020 there. You get 3-point with the PTO, or you can run a 1020 front weight with a fire extinguisher, which I think looks super cool. Very awesome to see that. That'd be really nice with a baling setup. Then you go with 1150 kg front weight attached, or nothing at all. You see, there's a lot of customization options for these. I bet I could probably do a whole video just on this. And as a matter of fact, Calderon did reach out to me about a week ago, and I just saw their message today. So I'm so sorry, man. I apologize. Fenders, we have a couple different setups for the fenders in the front. I told him I would try and do an extra special job on this since I missed his message. It was very rude of me, and I apologize. We do get extra fuel, so you can go 324 or 421 liters. Front loader attacher. Yep, that's very cool. Love seeing that on there. Also, with the front loader attacher, you do get a special thing on the front depending on what you go for here. So you can see with like the weights and stuff, nothing really going on. But if you go with the front 3-point, you actually get this protection grid right here. So I think that's kind of cool. Only comes with the front loader and only with a 3-point attachment at the front. Then we have interactive control, yes or no. All of these tractors are also prepared for precision farming, dashboard live, and real GPS. I think I've got real GPS installed, but I definitely have IC installed. Then from there, we've got colors, and if you go with one of the special editions, you won't be able to change these, although they are still there. We do have a nice main color option here, so you can change up the different greens. I don't know if we have any other John Deeres where you can change up the other greens, but all of them are called green, just to be clear. And if you like one of the options, but maybe you don't want one other color, keep the John Deere green, and then you can actually go in here and change up all the colors yourself. You can change up the seat, the curtain on there, which we don't have installed right now, the other curtain color, and even your rim colors. But it's not really rim colors. It is that little pin right there. The second rim color is your rim color. Ooh, I might like that even more. Now, as been mentioned, this pack has all kinds of other stuff as well. So, for example, we have the LaForge spray here. It's a nice 1.7 ton weight, and it keeps the middle of the tractor kind of balanced. So it's going to hook up right in the middle, just like the John Deere 7R did in Farm Sim 22 and 25. Do we have that in 19? I don't remember. Then, of course, we got those front loaders, as we mentioned. We do have either yellow or gray stickers on there, so everything is going to match up perfectly. Love seeing that. Absolutely. Having these and having the special options of them, that's very, very cool. Of course, the universal bucket, 1,000 liters here. We do have all those custom John Deere colors through there as well, and you're going to see the same thing throughout the other tools. Now we'll jump in and take a look at some of the animations that we've got and some of the IC as well. First things first, I'm going to remove interactive control from this one so we can see what we do with the controller. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to buy a whole brand new one. This one's got a lot of stuff on it. It's kind of hard to see with the black. All right, so we'll check it out. We've got a side door opening. We've also got a rear glass, which is very, very nice. You can move in and out these guys. However, it is so fast that it almost looks like that is me making the smallest motions. Looks like I'm learning how to fly for the first time. Oh, it's so funny. We can also... I'm a child. We can kneel. It does have a kneeling capability, so that is very cool. And then we can open up the top glass. Super awesome there. And then we've got another one, which I'm not exactly sure. It's got a camera up and down, but at least inside I'm not seeing anything, and outside I'm not seeing anything. So maybe it does something else, I'm not sure. And I'm gonna try with my IC stuff moving forward to have a front loader attached if it has a front loader. Sometimes you can do stuff with that. And have something that raises and lowers and has some type of animation that turns on. So we're gonna do our best with that. So as far as IC on the outside goes, of course we can open up that over here. Nope, that's a John Deere logo. They changed the design on these, so they're a little bit of a different color. So we can open and fold those in and out, or just remove them in general. Very neat. We'll go ahead and hop inside here, move it over. Oh, we gotta turn it on first. There we go. Grab it, shut that. Of course, we got our turn signals. That's Q. We got lights. Those are actually in two different places there. Very nice. Of course, we can turn it on and off. Right there. Over here, we have interior lights. Love seeing that. We can raise and lower with that button. Cool. We got a cruise control button here, which we got to be careful about. And then, there we go. That turns it on. Love seeing those buttons. Those are super duper cool. This one is the all round lights. Yep. Oh, I forget John Deere's make that beepy noise. We got lights on the outside and blinky blinkies on the top. Got all your radio controls over there. We can even open up the top glass there. However, I have a mod installed that limits my visibility in cap view, and I can't reach up. Hey, we reached it. There we go. I wonder, can we move the seat as well? We were able to move the seat previously, at least on the outside. Maybe not. Anyway, there you go. There's your animations for it. Super cool. Very awesome. If you're looking for a great 6R, it's hard to bet against this one. This is very nice. All right, so I figured I'd put this here after we've talked about it. Talk to the modder. The modder is going to be removing the Grassman logo and resubmitting it. So hopefully it'll be out. I'll let you guys know if anything changes. Up next, the Lizard DTE dirt bike. This one's from Sluja's Money. We got them in the news and now in the mods as well. Very, very cool. We got everything kind of hanging out up there in the front. This is an electric dirt bike. So we've got 120 kilowatt hour battery in here, 15 horsepower with a CVT transmission, of course, 62 miles per hour. Is there anything electric that doesn't have a CVT? I know in like Forza, yeah, but I don't know. In real life? I don't know. Let me know. Wheel setups, you could change a couple of these up to match the environment that you are in. Fenders, you can add a couple different ones of those, small or large. We have a few different designs as well, including, oh yeah, American. I'm going to throw that thing on there. Combination of numbers. We've got 9. Where are the numbers? Is it because I've got a livery on there that there's no numbers showing? The numbers are on the front, aren't they? They are. I'm an idiot. So you can go 3 for Dale. There you go. 03 for Dale. Stickers on the wheel, yes and no. And then you got your main color, front plate, chassis, seat, fender, secondary colors, and rim colors on here. We got chrome? Should. We do got chrome. Love it. I mean, we got to take it out for a spin. It does have that like wheelie bump on there, but I've never been able to make that work. So yeah, we're not even going to try it today. Takes off pretty slow, but I guess it being an electric bike, it's probably going to. It reaches, I guess we're going to reach top speed fairly smoothly. We got a great power delivery all the way through, except when we hit about 50 miles an hour, it just goes. Here we go. So we're going to drop the clutch. There's 10, 15, 20, 30. And you kind of hear about 30 miles an hour, it like picks up. It's almost like it gets another gear. And then it does the same thing around 50 miles an hour. And then around 55 as well. Interesting. Oh, this is also interesting. we are maxing out at 58 miles an hour. But if I weave, I get 65. Oh no! Can't tell you why, man. Can't tell you why at all. Can we make the turn? Make it. Nope. Ouch. First person is pretty fun in here. I feel like I could probably drive this a little bit better in first person. Bobbing and weaving, baby. Bob and weave. Yeah, I do find the ability to reach max speed without turning very, very weird. Bad boy stops on a dime, though, man. Watch this. Watch this. I mean, I know we're not going max speed, but I have max speed. Boop. Next, we got one of the most ridiculously named mod packs in the world. We have the John Deere HD35F, HD40F, HD45F, HD50F, HD62F Articulated. Oh boy, just call it the HDxxF pack. Make it sound like a Ferrari. It's pretty obvious what it's got. We have a bunch of headers in here that are articulated. A 19 meter, 15.2, 13.7, 12, and even a 10.6. Yo, let's go. Love seeing the medium-sized headers in here. Yeah. All of these have an air bar on the front. Love it. Additional equipment, we've got standard or canola knives, and we have branding stickers, which can be removed if you don't want the John Deere logo on there. Pretty cool, huh? We also have main design, and rim. Very cool. Where's the rim? Oh, the rims are on the back. This is from Agrotono. So if you were looking for this mod, it is a returning mod for Farming Simulator 22, and I love it. Look at that big old 19 meter air bar. You know what's up. Yeah. So let's see this. I've got the X9 from the base game. We've got some Continental or Michelin tires here, and I've gone for the long pipe option. It is picking it up, no problem. It looks a little interesting, I will admit, whenever you are transporting. However, the weight does not seem to be an issue at all. Very nice, and because it's got wheels, if you dip a little too low for whatever reason, it's just gonna kind of roll on the ground. So you're good to go there. Drop it down, big articulation, managing right from the center. That is super cool. All the wheels drop down on cue. Open her up, close it up. What's it sound like? Kind of hear the air. I'm not quite sure if you can hear the air moving or not, but regardless, it that's such a large header, man. Next up, we got the Punch Boss ALPIN pack from Agrar Design Austria. We have 3 different models in here. They do have varying capacities, so between 9.3 and 13.5, 11.9 and 16.1, and 14.5 to 18.7. As per usual, and we're showing off the big one. Structure, you can have this in a couple different ways, which is very nice. And depending on where that structure is how much this will hold. And the largest version right here is the only one that has a silage additive tank. So be aware of that. We do have a couple different wheel brands to choose from. Stuff like this is more things that you're going to be seeing in Alpine regions. So you may want to go with twin wheels. Oh yeah, they exist. Let's go. You can remove the logo, which I guess is just the one on the back. The drawbar, you've got a hydraulic or a fixed section, and the toggle back door manually, yes or no. Oh, very cool there. If you were in need of a small mulcher, well, the Ino Dominator 310 may be for you from Wolfx Modding. What up, dude? 100 horsepower, 3.1 meter work with at 7 miles an hour, and you can set it up to either work on the front of your tractor or on the back. Next up, small animal trailer, and by small, they mean small. What can we hold? Well, we could do 1 cow, 2 pigs, or 2 sheep. And I guess no horses, no chickens. We do have different colors on here. We have multiple older sets of colors for the main. Got your design there as well for the wood, and rims are rims at the end of the day. Up next, the trailer mover for skid steers. This is neat. So it hooks up via skid steer and allows you to move stuff. We also, I don't know if you can see this, we have some chunky footrests on there. Oh yeah. A couple different setups for hitches as well. We got the ball hitch and the 5th wheel, and we've got multiple colors. So your main, of course, is going to be the huge setup there. And then we have receiver arm number 1. Woo! And a big old yawn. We're going to leave that in there. This is a very neat mod. If you were looking for something to help move stuff around, well, here you go. You don't need an extra tractor. use your skid steer. Next to last tool, the Lizard PW. Now this is from a modder called the Diablo. However, it's just Vanquish. I was looking at that. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I don't know who the Diablo is, but I know whose mod this is. So there you go. You've got that. Colors. There you go. Any color you want. And you can do a 3-ton or 1,500 kgs. We also have a different version here as well. And you can add a couple different setups for this one. Instead of 1,500 or 3, you could do 15, 2, or 2.5. Nice. Also, the color for this one is not the weights. It is only going to be the hitch. And lastly, we got the Stihl TransportBox. They say it comes with a chainsaw. Does it now? Well, I will be the judge of that. Figure the farm hall might be something nice to hook up to it. So we're not doing much other than lifting and whatnot. So it looks like we have spots for 2 chainsaws in here. Doesn't come with them. Maybe a translation or something like that. But nonetheless, you got a place for 2 chainsaws in there. It doesn't look like you can take anything out. I wouldn't expect to either, so it's all good. I do like that it has stuff in there. And then, you know, 2 chainsaws. Neat. From Ike's Modern series, we have his Modern Car Garage. Not to be confused with the Modern Car Garage, of course. This... I had to call you out, man. I'm so sorry. I love you, bro. With this setup right here, we've got a couple different windows in here. This is actually going to be matching his big modern house, which we talked about today in Farm Some News. Coming soon. Very, very exciting. So with these, we got 3 big old bay doors on the front. Well, I say big, small enough. These are for cars. So this is for like hooking up at your mansion. This is not a tractor place. You can park in like your toys in here. That would be cool. We have automatic lighting on the outside. On the inside, I believe, right here. There we go. We have manual lighting. And holy cow, does the manual lighting look stupid modern. That is awesome. That is so cool. I like that a little bit too much. It's actually recessed lighting. I don't know if you can tell that, but we have complete recessed up there, plus one line going all the way around the garage, which is super duper cool. How awesome is that? At night, it looks epic in here as well. Really, really making everything shine. Small sconces around towards the outside. And we even have an LED strip going around the outside of this one too. What a cool place. What a cool garage. Super pumped, and it's out now. I didn't even talk about the customization. Oh man, I got too excited. All right, so with this one, we have either white walls or you could do the gray walls that we just showed off. And that does, yes, match. Like this guy, for example, which we could go with gray walls. They all match. I mean, it's all part of the modern series. So if you wanted to use one and then maybe this and then a different house model or something like that, rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Next, we got the small fuel tanks. Small capacity, only 1,000 liters in here, but it is very nice. I like all of the stuff on here, and I like how we get the lizard version of WD-40. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's awesome. Hey, we actually got a grease gun here, too. I actually have one of those out in my garage right now. So that's pretty cool. And this just goes on the side of your barn, on your building. You could put this inside the modern garage that we just showed off. Whatever you want, it's cool. And if you need water, well, you can go with this, the water well. I got free build turned on, so it's not deep. What happens if I build this without free build? Here we go. Toggle free mode. Bam. Is it the same? Is it the same depth? It is the same depth. All right. Well. Let's move on. That was awkwardly close. Moving on. Barn with Pigsty. This would hold 25 little baby piggies in here. Should we get some? We may as well get some. We'll get 25 pigs, even though they all squeak and squawk, make a bunch of noise. Ignore what looked like hail. I was using my photo mode, and FarmSim's got a problem right now with photo mode. Little baby piggies in here, all hanging out. Food and stuff goes here. As far as your food, 10,000 liters. Slurry's 50,000, and straw is going to be 10,000. If you want manure, you will have to put it down. And then we have a humongous shed over here. And we even have over it, kind of a straw loft, hayloft kind of thing, but there's no way to get up there without utilizing some pretty fun mods. So there you go. Lots of detail on here. Loving it. Oh yeah, and your slurry is going to be purchased around the backside. Purchased? Gotten? You know what I mean. 3 more to go. The next one is the GDR Grain Hall, and this is kind of a neat building. If you're looking for buildings to do things a little bit differently, this is a cool one to have. So first off, we have 2 insanely large doors on both sides, front left and front right. When we go inside, we've got 2 more doors, except these are rolly doors, so these roll up just like so. Now, I could take this whole area and basically turn it into a bowl without having to have those doors open, because it's got a partition wall. Now, the partition wall's right here. You're gonna have to turn on your help window because it kind of shows it as soon as you come in here. You see the thing that says hide wall? We click that and it shows the wall and then hides the wall. Yeah, you're gonna need to turn that on so you know when to hit it. But it's gonna be on the right side of both of these front walls. So, boom, we hit that. We now have a partition there. If we come over here, just click in the middle there, and bam, now we get a wall there, and you can actually dump grain in here. Pretty cool, huh? And then when you're done, shut that. Now, we'll come over here, because this side is a little bit differently, but I guess kind of same as well. Same, but different. You know how it is. We've got another partition wall right here. So we go over there, click that, bam, partition wall. You're still blocked off here, but if you don't like it, you can open and close it from both sides. And we even have a panic room in here. Yeet. So that's cool. And then over here, we've got a 1 button, and this turns on the lights for the entire shed. And just look at that ceiling. Bruh. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Indeed. Indeed, baby, indeed. Let me out of here. Move that partition wall. Next to last, we've got some houses without interiors. The Farmhouse Package Volume 5. This is one of them. Don't worry, none of that works. Here's another one. And yet, the shed that comes in the pack does have an interior. I tell you what, I'm going to change my classification. I don't care if the inside of the house looks like this. If it has a regular door which can open and close and triggers inside, I'll call it a house and I'll quit giving it crap for not having an interior. But until then, where's your interior, sir? Where's your interior? And because I'm being tortured, here's another house with no interior, the Normandy House. It's a neat looking house. Bet it'd be pretty sweet inside as well. Just in case anybody make house mods, I draw house floor plan interiors for fun. It's a hobby. Why do you think I pay so much attention to it not being in Farm Sim? Hit me up. I'll design it for you. It's cool. I got you, fam. I'll do most of the work. Ay, ay, ay. And lastly today, for my final trick, I will clean these windows first with the Clean Windows First mod from Ekimabo. This is PC and Mac. And whenever you clean, the windows get cleaned first. So if you don't care about the rest of the tractor or the vehicle or whatever, it's cool. The windows got clean first. But, you know, of course you can just keep going if you want. That's cool too. I really like this mod. I wish that the pressure washer worked like it did in FS, was it mobile? What is it? VR. Farm Sim VR. I really wish it worked like that. It's so cool. It's like a mini game. It's like pressure washing simulator, but you get to like jump on the vehicles and stuff. It's super cool. But not in Farm Sim. Why can't we do it in VR? Just put it in Farm Sim. It's cool, man. It's cool. All right, I'm gonna quit complaining. We're done. And there it is. That's all I've got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you do. Enjoy the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications that way you never miss videos like this one. I've already released Farm Sim news and a Fact Sheet Friday video today, so check those out if you haven't seen them. Also, the new mod video yesterday did not go to subscriber boxes. So if you missed it, go check it out. There was a bunch of stuff that released yesterday. It was a really cool day. So otherwise, have an awesome day yourself. We'll see you guys on Monday.